Hey everyone, welcome back to another Better Call Saul reaction. Today I will be reacting to Season 3, Episode 8. In the last episode, Episode 7, we had about 3 interesting developments. I'll start with Jimmy. So Jimmy has been not disbarred, but suspended from the law for a year. He is trying to save as much money as he can by filming commercials for other businesses and then also for himself to get rid of for somebody to buy his ad space. He's also tried to get his malpractice insurance discontinued, but that didn't work, and he had a bit of a breakdown in the office. I think that was a little bit tactical on his part as well. And we also have Mike. Mike is working with a support group to build a new playground on a voluntary basis. Mike has made friends with a woman named Anita, and I'm wondering if there's a romantic angle there, if there's something that's going to come out of that as more than a friendship. I have no idea. I guess we'll find out. And finally, the other thing that's going on is Nacho is trying to run a scheme to get Daniel, I believe his name is, to do another deal with Daniel, the guy that has connections with a pharmacy, and he wants to get pills. He wants to get Daniel to remove what's inside of the pills and give Hector placebos in order to kill him. So I'm a little bit nervous about how that's going to go, but let's get right into it. Before we do that, if you're enjoying this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. We also have a Patreon, which offers you early access to all of our full unedited reactions. Can't really see what's going on here.
Let there be light.
Oh.
And then there was light.
Oh, this is a flashback with Marco.
That's where your mom used to work, right back there doing the books.
Yeah, whatever.
Is this Jimmy's father's store? Or Jimmy's father's old store?
I remember when we used to ditch fourth.
Odell's Algebra 2.
I'd skip Algebra 2.
No. Indian head penny.
He's going to try to pawn it off to some sucker.
We got $150 easy.
We got 110 for a plain vanilla $half. This is actually rare. I mean, you can see it. 300 easy.
Now you're going to tell me what your coin collection was doing up there.
That's a long story. Let's get out of here.
I want to hear the story about his coin collection.
Now let's hit it. No, there might be another one.
What's the deal with the coins?
I was 12 or so. I was working the register. He pays with a couple bucks and this. It's a George Washington silver. I tell my dad, Pop, worth $4. Barely get the words out of my mouth. He hightails it out of here.
Of course.
To give it back. Takes it to the side of the register. He's hoping that this guy will come back so he can return it.
Jimmy was so different from his father.
I'm checking the till, something catches my eye, stick it in the box, put it up there for good luck. So much for good luck.
It's a crying shame they lost this place.
They never should have bought it in the first place. My dad didn't have it in him.
Well, Jimmy didn't help him out there.
I don't know, Jimmy. A lot of customers, everybody liked him.
Everybody liked him because he was a soft touch. Every deadbeat in the neighborhood owed him money.
We saw that in the flashback.
He's never going to do what he had to do.
Wow, Jimmy and his dad were so different.
It's gonna be a big night, my friend. Time to get moving.
Let's go.
Okay, so that was a really interesting flashback with Jimmy and Marco. We haven't really had anything with Marco since the first season, I believe, so that was kind of unexpected, but interesting as well. So we'll see if Marco, there's any more on Marco. So this is the sign where Mike hid when he hijacked the truck driver. Wonder what he's got planned now. Ooh, he's definitely got something planned. If only I could read what was on those notes. What is he looking for? Weapons, money, or drugs. One of those three things. Nope. I love the camera angle here and the fades and dissolves. You've got like multiple mics at one time. It would be next to impossible to find what you're looking for in the desert. Oh! Hand? Whose hand is that? Was that the buried truck driver? Or the Good Samaritan?
Yeah, I was out on your property this afternoon and found a dead body. It was past the Oasis Motel billboard. I was out with my metal detector looking for arrowheads.
Oh, sure.
Look, you better send someone out there to find him before the coyotes do.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have reported that to the police. They'd have a lot of questions for Mike. He's very careful with everything he does.
This column gives approximate origin. Much of the time I couldn't be sure, so I just wrote ambient.
This is very impressive, Charles.
And look at the trend. Pain of 7 and 8, even 8.5. And now it's all 3s and 4s.
How do you see your next steps?
It won't be long before I'm back to work full time. I haven't argued a case in almost 3 years, so that's next.
Wow, he's optimistic.
I want this house to be full of music. I want to have a dinner party.
Well, that's ambitious.
I want to be surrounded by friends and colleagues.
Those are excellent goals. But Rome wasn't built in a day. You've just begun a journey that could take years.
Surely you'd admit that every case is different.
Of course.
Be speedier than your run-of-the-mill patient. Isn't that possible?
It also might take longer.
Appreciate every step forward, but modulate your expectations.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's talk about the night you first called me. You sounded very distressed.
That was 3 episodes ago, I think.
What made it so important to talk to me that night?
I'd had an incident, perhaps the worst experience of my life. It was proven to me, beyond the shadow of a doubt, that there was a battery, a fully charged battery, almost next to my skin for the better part of 2 hours. And I felt nothing.
That should be a good thing.
What does that mean to you?
This condition, it's as real as this house. It's as real as you. But what if it's not?
That's the scary part. What if it's all
What
in
if
your
it's
head?
all in my head?
No.
If it's not real, then what have I done?
That is really scary to think about. It just, if you realize that things you think are real aren't, it completely upturns your knowledge of everything.
I gotta hand it to you. This is the busiest weekday we've had in the last 6 months.
Excellent.
I know.
Are these the same guys that rejected him a few episodes ago?
I just got off the phone with the station. You don't even work for them.
I never said I worked for the station. I'm Saul Goodman Productions. Remember, we take care of everything.
Remind me, how much is all this gonna cost?
The first one was gratis. That's my treat. Now we're moving on to the elite package.
Oh, they're not going to agree.
Discounted price of $6,500.
The station just quoted me $450 per.
Asked them how much they charge for production.
Why do we need 7 new ones in the first place? Yeah, paying the station to just keep running the one we have.
That's not what we agreed to.
Found a loophole there.
He did give us the first one for free. Yeah, I know. How about we pay you $450 for the one that already aired?
But that commercial, it doesn't actually belong to you.
And it's our face, it's our store.
It's my commercial, and you can't run it without my permission.
$450 is now off the table.
Oh, ouch.
It's just a bunch of UNM students. Yes, we can. We can reshoot the ad. Yes.
You wouldn't even be thinking about a commercial if it wasn't for me. Seriously.
These guys are brutal.
Seriously.
Wow, they've outsmarted Jimmy again. He's gonna find a way to get them back. Oh, maybe he's already found it. Or not.
Put that camera back up, roll it.
Oh, he's got an idea.
Make sure it's pointed in my direction.
I don't think you can film someone without their permission, but Jimmy's not exactly on the ethical side of the law.
Want to make sure there's no wiggle room here?
We are with customers right now. Please, all right? Just go. Goodbye. Go. Sorry about that.
Oh, that was the plan. Oh,
Drumstick, it was laying loose in the aisle.
wow.
Somebody call an ambulance!
No.
Just like the billboard situation.
Oh,
And the
yes, an
skateboarding.
ambulance. That's a good idea. You guys have liability insurance, right?
Or he'll just take the money for the commercials.
Sorry, but I gotta ask. I got a friend, Billy Gatwood. He's a driller, has a small operation over near Farwell. His lawyer was a local guy, completely over his head. So Billy's fired the guy, but now he doesn't know whether to shit or wind his watch. I told him about the job you're doing for us. I know he'd love to talk to you.
All the lawyers must go to the same restaurant.
Remember, Kim's got her hands full with Utah and Colorado.
As far as I'm concerned, she's proven she can fill whatever we throw at her and then some.
When we first started working together, I promised you Mesa Verde would be my sole focus. And I meant it.
Well, sure, but I gotta
Hey
think.
there. I thought I saw some familiar faces.
Oh, no.
All's well with the expansion? I saw you got that branch approved on your original timeline after all.
Thanks to Ms. Wexler here.
Seems like just yesterday she was logging hours in doc review.
Ouch.
Best of luck to all of you.
Howard definitely finds a way to take a dig whenever he can.
But I'm thinking Billy just needs a
I'm
consultation.
so sorry. But would you excuse me for just a moment?
Sure.
Oh. Kim's got more than she can handle. Oh. Is she writing a check to Howard?
Sorry to interrupt. I just needed to give Howard something.
Marie Austin. Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Have a wonderful lunch, Howard.
I wonder if that was her student loan that she was repaying.
Kevin, if you want to give me Mr. Gatwood's number, I'd be happy to speak to him.
Well, that's great. I leave it in your capable hands. Thanks again, Kim. I'll let Billy know you'll be calling, and we'll talk tea time soon.
I wonder what prompted her to write that check to Howard. Maybe because she was getting a new big client and she felt that she could
What the hell
afford
is
it.
this?
I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but it never sat right with me that you covered my law school loans.
Seemed to sit right at the time.
I appreciate the gift.
Well, you appreciate the gift.
Yes, I do.
You know what I'm doing in there? I'm doing damage control. Trying to repair the reputation of the firm after you and Jimmy dragged it through the mud.
Oh.
That's the job, Howard. And by the way, it was all very convenient for you to ignore Chuck's illness when it suited you.
Oh.
Meant to you. And then when you leave and stab me in the back, that's my fault. I'm not cashing this.
She's not stabbing. She didn't stab him in the back. Ouch.
Kim, your debt is forgiven. But anything else, that's on you.
Oh.
All Jimmy and I did was show the situation for what it is. If you are hiding that from your clients, well, Howard, that's on you.
Oh, wow. I love Kim. Wow. She's the best. She outwitted Howard there. I love the look on his face. Oh, okay. So Nacho got the pills. I wonder if he's actually going to go through with it. So is that salt he's filling them with? Some sort of a neutral agent or a placebo? The music and the lyrics in this show are always so meaningful and always related to the main narratives. Cold feet, I like it. Is Nacho gonna get cold feet? That's the question. Oh. Oh, geez.
¿Llegaste temprano, mijo?
Pensé que sería buena idea.
And a few other things.
Blue shirt. Silver door.
Is this one of Chuck's exercises?
Purple sweater. Brown wood, black mat.
Not sure. Is this kind of like an exercise for grounding himself in reality? Especially if he feels he's losing his mind. I'm kind of worried he's going to have a meltdown here.
Yellow bananas. Orange. Oranges.
Oranges. What other color would they be?
Where would I find this? Soy milk?
Over there and to the left, just past the freezer aisle.
White milk? No.
The white ceiling.
Okay.
Oh, Smoke on the Water. I think that's what he's playing. Him and Marco's song. Hence the tie back to Marco.
New guitar. That is something. I sold the rest of my ads. They love the response they got.
I'm so impressed they threw this baby.
Lying on the floor helps you with your fingering?
Crazy stuff happens. But the big picture, I'm up one guitar.
When did this happen?
Yesterday.
I saw you yesterday. You were fine.
That was Tuesday.
Did you go to the doctor?
It's not as bad as it looks.
Look on the desk. There's
He
something
goes
for
to
you.
the doctor and gets a medical certificate. Maybe he can get more money out of the company.
That's my half. It's good for the next 6 weeks.
Jimmy, I wasn't...
Just take it so we're square, all right?
Okay.
My back hurts like hell, and people suck.
Those are just two random things that don't really fit together, but it was hilarious.
You don't have to push yourself like this. Take some time.
Meaning?
I'm saying I could cover our expenses for a while. Not forever, but at least until you're back to 100%.
I appreciate the thought, but no. I'll do what I have to do to take care of my half. End of story.
Oh.
Okay.
Funny how it was initially Kim that wanted the two of them to kind of be separate in a way, and now it's Jimmy.
Feel better, Jimmy?
I'm pretty sure she knew that Jimmy pulled something to get his back hurt.
Francesca, is it too late to get a hold of the courier? Cancel it and get Billy Gatwood on the phone for me.
She's going to take Billy on as a client.
Mr. Gatwood, I've been reviewing your documents. I thought I might have had to refer you to a colleague, but I think I may have a solution to your problem myself.
Oh, wow. Kim's taking too much on. She's going to burn herself out.
Oh, nice surprise. Are those groceries?
They are. I decided to go for a little walk.
That's great, Chuck. Let's go in. Well, I wish it was just a social call, but unfortunately we do have an issue we need to discuss. It concerns your malpractice insurance.
Oh, Jimmy did something.
We should sit and talk it through.
Oh, Jimmy arranged this somehow when he was talking to his dealing with his own malpractice insurance. Why does Nacho have to sneak in? Oh, it's going to be hot without AC. Hector's going to get grumpy. Oh, Crazy 8 again.
You're good. See you, Nacho.
Hector.
Hector doesn't acknowledge any of the street dealers. Plus, he's kind of irritated about the heat. Did he short him? He put a 50 instead of 100? Or is that...
What?
Is that fake money?
This one looks funny. Bring it here.
I wonder if he did that because Nacho beat him up.
See, is it fake?
Oh, okay, I see, yes.
No, it's fine.
Okay. Oh.
I'm so sorry, Don Hector.
Yeah. Oh, Nacho and Jimmy are really cooking in this episode. Oh, that is a delicate procedure. You better hope he... Okay, yes. Now I see all of Nacho's plan, starting with the AC.
Carlos?
Nacho?
I wonder how many street dealers are working for Nacho.
You're good. See you next week.
Oh, he didn't say hi to Don Hector? That's kind of disrespectful. Oh. Wow, everything has to be executed perfectly for this to work. So far, so good, but I'm really worried something's gonna slip up here. Something's gonna go wrong. I wonder if Nacho's feeling guilty or just worried about the repercussions of not executing this successfully.
Don Hector, more espresso?
Oh! Oh, don't drop that. I would drop it carrying it like that. Oh! Hector didn't feel that? Because that kind of moved. I would feel the vibration. wonder how often Hector takes his medication, and if Nacho can't get his hands to stop shaking. Oh, I'm nervous for him too, so. Oh, I forgot Jimmy was on garbage detail. Yuck.
McGill.
Oh.
Keep it moving.
This guy's a slave driver. I mean, it's community service. It's not even a job.
Hey, it's my kid. She's in the hospital. Please, can I go?
But you're not getting credit.
Come on, can't I just go and come right back? I have to get my hours done this week. Judge says so.
Oh, Jimmy's got a plan cooking here.
Hey, buddy, you want to get out of here? How much is it worth to you?
Oh!
Come on, you want to get to your deal or what?
Man, I was just trying to see my sick kid.
You're trying to sell something you shouldn't have to someone who shouldn't be buying.
No.
Man's got to make a living. I'm just saying, the way you make yours rhymes with mug mealer. $700 and you're gone.
I don't have $700.
Hey, you got a couple grand in your sock.
How does he know that?
You can do what you got to do.
What is he doing?
The hell's this?
Hurt my back.
You're not getting your hours.
Pretty sure you're gonna give me my hours.
How do you figure that?
Because if you don't, I'm gonna sue you.
Oh, what?
Signed a waiver with the city. I'm suing you, personally.
What? How's he gonna do that?
You can't do that.
This is the land of the free and the home of the lawsuit. Sure as shooting can. I think I'll bring that guy in with me and make it a class action thing. I can also sue you for failure to approve community service hours.
I'm only doing my job.
And damages suffered by me.
The waiver clearly
That's going to make Swiss cheese look solid. And in a personal lawsuit, it's a fart in the wind.
Wow.
A lawyer's going to cost you about $90 an hour. You got a car? Get a house? Pension? Kiss it all goodbye. Out here, you might be King Douche Nozzle. It's expensive. It's very, very expensive. It's third mortgage expensive. Let my friend here visit his sick daughter in the hospital. Oh, and we keep our hours.
Wow. Oh my God.
Fine, asshole.
That was his only comeback. Well, then he definitely wouldn't win anything in court.
Some Jedi my shit right there. That's $700 I done never spent. Here you go. I'm out.
Glad that guy the supervisor didn't see them exchange the money there. They would have been caught. Wow. Jimmy pulled off 2 great scams and he linked the sore back to both of them. Oh, Mike's got some cash. Maybe time to get a new car with some of that cash. I mean, nothing flashy like Daniel, but a bit of an upgrade from the Oldsmobile.
I've got a problem I think you can help me with. I've got cash I can't spend. If anything happens to me, my family will never see it. You opened this place to solve a similar problem.
You think that solution could be applied to you?
As a one-time arrangement.
Gus will want him to work in return.
Perhaps there is a way. One with a degree more difficulty.
Would 20% overcome this difficulty?
I would not take money from your family.
He'll get Mike to work for him. In return, Mike has to work for Gus. Oh, okay. Wow. The beginning of a long and wonderful partnership. We are at the end of another amazing Better Call Saul episode. Nothing humongous happened there, but definitely some interesting parallels. So the flashback in the beginning with Marco was kind of carried through the episode with Jimmy pulling scams. And at the same time, I liked how at the same time that Jimmy was pulling scams, Nacho also pulled the scam with Hector. It was crazy. I was so nervous the whole time. My hands were shaking almost as much as Nacho's. I was worried if one thing went wrong, the whole plan could have been revealed to Hector. So it looks like everything is going well for Nacho so far. And Jimmy slipping on the drumstick was great. Well, he is Slippin' Jimmy, and that, I felt in many ways that episode that we just watched was a callback to the beginning of season 1, or at least to season 1 as a whole, in that Jimmy was falling or arranging falls way back at the beginning of the season 1 with the skateboarders. I think Cal and Larson, their names were. And then also the trying to pull the scam with, what was her name? Kettleman. I forget her first name. The scamming skateboarders. And then Jimmy telling about the origin of his nickname, Slippin' Jimmy, falling on the ice. And Jimmy pulled another fall, which he hadn't done anything quite like that in a while. So with the other thing was the music. What was it? Smoke on the Water. He was playing, when he got the guitar, he was playing Smoke on the Water, which is the song that Marco always hummed when they were pulling their scams. So there was a huge throwback to season 1. And I also love how Nacho, there was a big parallel between Nacho and Jimmy. It also looks like Mike and Gus will finally be working together. Gus mentioned that he didn't want to take any of Mike's money, so my guess is that in return for laundering Mike's money, Mike has to help Gus. So that, I'm guessing that's what's going to happen. We also heard from Chuck, or saw Chuck, working with a therapist, and it looks like she gave Chuck some, I guess, cognitive behavioral therapy type exercises to ground himself in reality. I'm not exactly sure how recognizing or listing off the different colors of things helped with that. I'm not sure, but I can kind of understand. A lot of you were a bit harsh on me for not being a huge fan of Chuck, but so I'm trying to empathize with him more. And I kind of noticed how Chuck is, or I guess empathize with Chuck in terms of how it's very scary to think that something that you think is real is purely mental, and that kind of calls into question all of, whether what you see as reality is real or whether it's in your head, and that can just totally mess you up. It can definitely be disorientating, and I think that's part of what's happening to Chuck. So there are a lot of interesting, plot lines to follow going into the next episode, and I will see you guys then.